Okay, you're on.
Okay, open the meeting up July 1st, 2024, 10 after 9. All commissioners are present. Do we have any additions, deletions? I know we do need to discuss our July 15th date schedule. We can do that, though.
Did you by any chance get hold of Mark Bingham and talk to him about firewood?
No, I did not get a hold of him.
Okay. Well, we
I did try him, but he did not answer.
Okay.
I have two things. Cody has a desk that he has sitting out front. Can we surplus that thing so that we can get it on the items for the auction?
Yeah, I need to take that.
And
Okay.
then the prosecutor sitting on my desk this morning was his budget, and I'm just wondering if he, since he's going to be in here today, he may want to go over that with you. So I just thought I'd add a review of the fiscal 25 budget. That's what.
Okay.
Well, that was the only two items I got. Yeah, you might get $1,000 off that desk with all the inquiries on that thing.
Have there been a lot of inquiries on it? It's an old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I guess there's been a bunch of people that see it sitting out there. I've been meaning to take it to my storage unit.
Should have put a for sale sign on it and said,
I guess
I guess we can't do that though, huh?
Yeah, I guess it has to go to auction.
Well, only because we have an auction. Now, if there,
If there wasn't an auction, I could just sell it.
yeah. So I guess if you want to change it.
Okay, do we have a motion for consent?
Oh, I move we consent to these. Sorry.
Second. With the changes talked about. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, Cody, we'll jump right into with you.
No news is good news, as you said last time. We're just kind of surviving in there and doing our thing.
Okay.
And, building's still kind of slow, but still moving along, so it's definitely not dying here. It's just got slow, kind of like the housing market. It's kind of down a little bit, so.
I'm sure you'll be busy here pretty soon.
Yeah, I've been doing some stuff up at Brundage, and it's pretty cool to watch. It's cool up there.
Yeah.
Watch what's coming up. It's going to be interesting. Just got our fourth permit going for 4,000 going. I can't remember.
Nice.
Off my head. They're big and beautiful, for sure.
Bob, is the hotel in the second phase, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And, the max is going to be done here in October, so that's a big deal.
No.
Like to reach that down for that, so
Yeah.
that's a completion.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, but
I've been talking to Brandon about that, just kind of keeping up to date on it, and things are moving along. And the last thing is going to be the elevator, but other than that, it seems to be going pretty good. So, not
Okay, elevator going in?
yeah,
Sweet.
there's an elevator for Brundage.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
Thanks, Cody.
Yep.
Thanks,
Yep.
Cody.
Bob, at 9:30, we'll do an open meeting first, and we'll talk about
Sure.
maybe the road that you discussed, and
That'd be great.
then, so we'll start that at 9:30, then we'll go into executive session somewhere after that. We want to knock some of this stuff out.
Everybody okay with the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of June 24th, road and bridge maintenance, of June 3rd and 13th, and the weed department report of the June 3rd and 21st.
Second.
All in favor? You have a payroll change? We'll equalize tax roll at the end of the day, I assume.
But that's,
It will equalize at the
yes,
end of the
we
day.
will. Here is a sheriff payroll. It's for a guy that is in detention that moved to the patrol. And I'm having them start breaking out when they estimate those changes so I can put those rates in more efficiently. all that write-up on there.
I'll make a motion that we approve the payroll change form for Travis Rogers to an RD3C at 2724.
Second.
All in favor? Do you want to wait for Ryan on the MOU, or do you think
Yeah, I don't have
yet?
it.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah. We could do Cody's surplus debt if you want.
Just need a motion to surplus this desk, is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, wouldn't win. Somebody must really want to take it in his hands, no? What is it?
First.
2124. I don't have anything on the BOE because, they bring that in. Did you guys do that? No, wait, no, yes. Boyd has, I don't think, do you have it in your folder, the review of the contract for, I didn't get anything sent out to you guys because I was here on a Central Day.
You're talking for the 911?
No, I'm talking janitor, they
Oh, yeah.
preliminary independent contract on that.
Oh, we're waiting for,
On the first page, when you get to it, the contractor agrees to provide. Trish, when she wrote this up, she had, some questions of how in-depth you wanted that to be. Anyway, you wanna look at that and then we can talk about it later and,
I would just like all the cleaning supplies, and then we would take care of the paper towels and soap, and right?
well, then she's questioned garbage bags, things like that, disposable cleaning products. I guess we could give it to him and,
Yeah, he needs to identify that for us
Yeah.
on what he's providing, what we're providing, but I'm pretty sure he's just providing cleaning products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. And with that on the agenda, I have payroll rate change form. So he came in and talked to me on Friday, asked me where we were at on that, and I told him I'd sent this to the prosecutor for review. And he said, I wanted to bring to your attention that you had told me that we would do a 3% rate increase. And I said, so I went and pulled this file, and I had 6 months on there. But I gotta tell you, because I messed up on Katie, I'm wondering if I told him 3% or 3 months and not 6. So my question is, can we just honor it and give it to him since he's doing such a good job now instead of in 3 months, 3 more months?
Yeah, I mean, if you told him it's only gonna be for a month,
I
if
know.
that,
Yeah,
but if you told him 3%,
Yeah.
3 months, yeah.
Do we do that for people that are contracted? Because we kind of.
No, he's still an employee now.
Oh, okay, never
Still
been.
part-time.
Never switched him over there.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
I got
I'll
you.
write that up and give it to you to sign later in the day.
Okay.
All right.
I only have 3 of the 4 pages.
Oh. Is that-
Well,
Oh, I know, you don't get the signature page. She pulled that back because she was correcting it because it still had my Curtis.
oh, gotcha,
So,
okay.
no, you
So that's
pulled,
page 3.
I just grabbed it,
Okay.
yeah.
it'll take about 10 years for Mike there to get off
I know,
there.
I know.
Go around, I was go around for.
Yes.
Until I get.
I'm still
You'll
looking
make
at
change.
I'll look fine, yeah.
But I will have him look at this and then we'll have another discussion about it.
I was actually Joe Holmes for a while, then I was around for a while.
You should be Joe Holmes.
Yeah.
I should be Bill Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, I found a resolution I passed during COVID, and I went, why is Bill Brown's name on there? It's my signature.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw you notice there, baby,
It
the
takes
copy.
me a while too.
Yeah.
Oh, we do need to add, it doesn't need motion on, but we do need to do this press release. Sherry, we gotta put this scholarship, the IAC scholarship, we have to do a press release, and give it to the paper.
Oh,
I'll get a picture taken of some sort of presentation here in front of the courthouse or something, like when we have to talk work. Yeah. Sounds sad.
okay. So you want me to put it on the agenda for the next time, or what do you want to do?
What's you got for the whole District 3? Which is good, but yeah, not that I have any pull. But, yeah, so I'll give that to you, and then we gotta send off that, I'll get you that picture, Sherry,
Okay,
and then I'll give you the stuff I gotta send off to IAC,
okay.
so they can do their press release.
We may want to put it on our website too.
Should.
I love that name. Well, my daughter's Rhiannon,
Oh, yeah, that's right,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Meredith?
I also put the oil change analysis for your generator on here, so you guys could look at it and see if there's any issues and communicate with whomever it may be. I don't even know who it came
That's
from.
green check marks on it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's got all the mechanic and I know.
I just know how to turn something on. I don't know any different. I block out the line and the light. Turn the music up loud.
I can fix stuff, but it's pretty scary. I had my toaster torn apart one time, and I said, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, "I keep saying a toaster." I'm sure I can figure it out.
But did it involve WD-40 and baling twine?
No, neither one of those. Baling twine in a toaster would be bad news.
That's true. But that seems to be the fixing material for those of you who have cows.
Yeah,
No.
the old days, that's what held up every door and panels.
Right.
No, my husband never fixed anything like that. He couldn't fix it yet, so the mechanics it with, but baling twine was not part of the, baling twine belonged in the garbage.
Yeah.
Not anywhere else. He had the kid that worked for him once, so they couldn't keep his pants up, so he had him some baling twine.
There you go.
Yeah. He was pretty disgusted. Here, makes himself some belt. It's pretty funny, actually.
I had traveled back to Missouri a few years ago on a business trip. They were building a temporary jail for us. And I wore shorts on the flight back there. I get back and I'm thinking, it's not really right to go to shorts and go in shorts. I put my pants on. I did not pack a belt. I don't have a belt anywhere. My pants don't stay up. So I'm all day there trying to pull it up. So one of the guys there got me some baling twine.
Oh, there
So
you go.
I tied him up. It was good.
Well, as long as you put a shirt on top of it, yeah, you're like formal wear, man.
Yep. They made fun of me all the time for that. I'm fine with that. But after that first day, I wore shorts every day afterwards. I do not know why anybody had lived down in that humidity and heat. It is miserable there.
Used to live in Maryland, my mom hated the humidity so much, she would drive all his kids back to California for the summers, every summer, so she didn't have to spend summer in Maryland. We would drive back and forth every summer.
I had my humidity, but that's what it's gonna be like in Milwaukee, I think, next couple weeks, that window. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah. That and the mosquitoes carry you off.
Oh, great.
Bird over there, mom's from
Manasseh. So I probably should take some mosquito repellent as well.
Just invest in a 55-gallon drum.
Great.
Do it up. Where it's just, you can't throw a stick without hitting a body of water in that state.
Yeah,
And so it just.
I think we're pretty close to the lake. in Milwaukee, so yeah. Well, mosquitoes just came out at our house, and they were big yesterday. I went to irrigate with Dave yesterday, and he's like, there's mosquitoes. But we haven't, I think all that cold weather froze them, and they just, yeah, so like,
Coming out now.
just coming out now. Well, it's lots of irrigated acres and down on the flat grass and. Very mosquitoes. Swallows, yeah, like tons of swallows usually. And they do a pretty good job taking care of them. But then we have the ravens that I guess you can't kill, but take out the swallow nest, which really takes me. Are you ready for Meredith?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the 9:30 mark to someone.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know it was a hearing.
No, it's just public discussion,
Oh, gotcha, okay.
update, and then we'll go in executive session.
We were trying to rush or anything.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got a tough one there.
I know.
That is a big old pile.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're meeting first. That's my turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll probably get that one again. What, we got 2-3 weeks backwards or something?
Yeah, we miss next week, and we'll be the 15th, but what is our schedule the 15th? We can get that discussion out of the way now.
Well, I'm definitely not gonna be here, so
Oh, that's right.
That's what I knew, you weren't going to be
Oh,
here.
that's right.
yeah, I'll be in Milwaukee, so I don't know how you guys gonna handle that, but
Well,
I can't even call in, because if it was the first week, well, I was down there, I
Well,
could
it's only
probably Zoom
15.
it, but
Well, Caleb's gonna be here in the morning for his budget. Forest Service is gonna be here from 11 to noon. Iowa Power's presentation is gonna be at 1:30.
Can we move those? Didn't we already move them once?
yeah.
when's your thing, Darren?
11 o'clock.
Mhm.
The problem is, it's in Idaho Falls.
Oh,
Oh,
So my daughter-in-law is getting promoted to sergeant at Idaho State Police. So my son is already a sergeant, my daughter-in-law is getting promoted. And I told her, if there's any way possible, I'd like to be there for the pinning, because
yeah,
the colonel, I've known for years and years, and he's going over to do the pinning. Anyway, but I told her, I have a commissioner meeting, I don't know that I'm gonna make it.
what's, how about the 16th?
yeah, that's the only I was thinking, switch days, which nights, but,
Probably you won't get Forest Service in for that day because they have quite an agenda themselves. But, and Idaho Power more than likely won't, but I can ask them. I mean, I certainly will.
Well, let's do that.
Forest Service
Does that work? I mean,
It has
Yeah.
we have to come back.
We would just go to the ceremony and then come back.
I mean, email them and ask them.
Forest Service will come in the next week, because I won't be here anyway, so. They have I got an email last night, so they're doing a tour, I don't even know if they're having a PFC meeting this month, but they're doing a tour. Let me see, I'll look and see what it's at. I'll get back just in time to spend the whole day with them, I'm so excited. Did you guys just send that to the, Frank sent me a deal on all the road closures on the Forest Service.
I might not have seen it.
Let's see if I can find it here. That's pretty eye-opening. Wendy was right on that. And Linda Jackson told me, no, I don't think that's right. She goes, I didn't think PXC closed all the roads in this county.
Hey, Chris.
How are you, Joe?
Fantastic. All right. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, I'm just sending emails out, so go for it.
Okay. Well, you want to give us the update and,
You want to start with the road, maybe?
yeah, what your thoughts on that?
A couple of new things that we haven't talked about, but for those of you that remember, we have a road use agreement, maintenance agreement, that when we pave this road, basically Brundage maintains this in the wintertime, and you guys maintain the road. When the scope got resolved with the Forest Service and the feds and us, it ended. It was supposed to go all the way to our property boundary, which is at the North Loop Road, which is the northwoods up there. It stopped at the entrance to Brundage. I really don't remember why. Quite frankly, it didn't go all the way. I don't know if it was funding, I don't know what the deal was, but it was supposed to go all the way. They actually surveyed it the right way all the way. So when that happened, you guys ended up with control of the road from the Forest Service. They granted you control of the entrance. And what we agreed to do is at the time, such time that that section got paved, because it was to be relocated and got paved, we would do the same thing and convert that road over to the county. Well, what's happened is, it's going to be a couple more years. We've now got the road in, but it'll be a couple more years because there is just too much heavy traffic on that road, especially we're hauling a lot of dirt on the road. So it'll be a couple years before it gets paved, which means that we're kind of thrown to the Forest Service in terms of jurisdiction of how that road operates now that it's open in the winter between snowmobiling and it's gotten a little convoluted. So the Forest Service they're okay, and what we'd like to do is put an amendment or agreement in place that would say, yeah, we'll continue to maintain the road in its gravel state until such time we pave it and turn it over to, but we want to turn the road over to the county now, all the way over up to that point in time. It's been surveyed, the right-of-way is in place. We'll maintain it until it's paved, and then we'll turn it over to you. One of the complications in the agreement was that we owned to the center line of the road, if you remember, starting way down by the gate, and then it came all the way up, and then the road went on Brundage property 100% and curved around, and then it went back to center line and ended up gated at the other end. So what we've done is we've relocated the road. It's kind of a scenic corridor right now. If you've been on the road, opened up the views, and we put it back on that boundary line of our property and the Forest Service. So we own to the center line of the road all the way through and through there. What we'd like to do is convey, which requires the Forest Service to convey to you, requires us to convey to you, and put that agreement in place for that section of the road. So we'd like to proceed with that, however you guys think that we can do, and get that in place before this next winter, if possible, because it's just been complications coordinating with the Forest Service on that section of the road.
So but currently the road is, we're just doing, all three of us are, right?
You're all involved.
You're all involved.
Yeah.
And you want to just eliminate the Forest Service, but either way, we're still responsible for
Turn it
the,
over to the road. The county will own the road all the way from 55 all the way to the end of our property, at which point in time it will go to Forest Service. That's the way it was always contemplated. Going through Goose Lake Road is a county road. Everything else off of Goose Lake is private. It's a frontage road.
Yeah.
But you will own that up to the Forest Service boundary. It will ultimately be paved, and you'll take over the maintenance of that road, but for the winter time. So the agreement that we have in place works, because we'll do snow removal on all that's in through there. It's just in the interim, I think when the discussion was, hey, county, we don't want to take over a dirt road because we don't want to maintain that in through there. We got that, but we didn't really understand exactly how complicated this was going to be with the Forest Service in terms of maintaining this section of public road now that goes through our private property. So we just like to take care of that and put it in place. So it was actually surveyed, an ALTA was put in place for it. Actually, the easements were all put in place by the Federal Highway Administration. They just weren't executed because they stopped the pavement at the entrance because we were going to relocate that section of the road. So it's either an amendment to the existing agreement or we could replace the existing agreement. And we're happy to draft that up. I just would like to know how you guys would like to proceed on that.
But the existing agreement still has it going to the county as far as maintaining, even though the Forest Service is a part of that. all the way
Actually, the
through.
agreement we have with you is just for the county portion now. Just goes up to our entrance, and that's just between you and us, and, we maintain it in the wintertime, and you guys maintain it year-round. That's kind of what it says. There's other things in there, but I mean, that's basically what the agreement says, that we coordinate. That was signed a couple of years ago, and that's really effectively the way it's been operated forever.
Yeah, you guys have control over all the snow removal and, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just how you want to proceed with that, really.
That second portion, you're paving anyhow, right?
Ultimately, it'll probably be 2 or 3 years, yeah. And then
But the county is not responsible for maintaining that.
it will be at the end of the day when it's paved.
Right.
It'll go all the way through to Forest Service Road, so it's just
And it'll still be
and
back to us.
and then it'll
Is that
be back
right?
to you.
I feel more comfortable seeing this kind of written out in the proposal so I can
Right.
check it against our road agreement, just to kind of have it in writing so I know what's being proposed
Okay.
before I weigh in.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
long is it, by the way?
How long is that
Yeah.
section? It's probably about 3,000 feet.
Well, we'll look at, I guess,
Okay, so the thought is write an amendment or write a description of this as we might confidently bring it back to you guys to take a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good.
Is that all you have for public discussion?
I would circle back if you guys are okay, the dispatch agreement. I don't know, is that strictly with Brian for we're waiting for that to be signed and he's done this, been negotiated, or is that come through here, or just through Brian?
No, Ryan will present it for our signature.
Is there a reason it hasn't come forward, as you know?
He was gone last week, so I'm assuming he's gonna have it with him
Okay,
today,
okay.
when he comes in at 11:30.
All right, I'm assuming that's been done, we're all okay with that, so we just
Yeah.
want to get that signed in place. It's
Yeah.
just one of the pieces to the fire EMS that we want to make certain we're
Yeah.
okay with, so you guys will get that. Yeah, that's all for this.
I think you signed off on it, Harry. He said you have the MOU with
Yes.
Drainage for dispatch services. Yeah, so it's just a matter of getting it signed.
Okay.
I might text him just to see if he's got that coming in.
Mr. Boyd, I have your budget,
Good.
and so
Sorry it's a little late.
if they have time for it or you want to, I put it on there as an item to discuss.
Okay, yeah, I'd love
It's
to.
up to you. Here's 3 copies for you, Charlie.
Maybe if we're done before the 11, how busy is your day today? pretty
So
slow.
busy on Mondays, though, so there's just no getting around it.
But is there anything scheduled like 10:30 mark or?
Yeah, I have a hearing at 11, I have hearings right now, and I'm skipping.
Okay.
Let's just do it, yeah.
Okay, well, we can maybe when we're done
Yeah.
with the discussion, I can just roll through real quick.
If you got the time where you can come back out, it shouldn't take long. It's not like it's tremendously complicated.
But we also, I think we probably need to discuss options for contracting next year, right? Just get us ready if there's no one's available.
Well,
We got a plan.
I'm happy to discuss.
Not that I'm bitter about it or anything.
Okay, well, let's go into executive session. Sorry, I'm gonna kick you out.
That's all right, too.
We'll let you back in.
That's okay, I'm going home.
Sorry, report.
Yeah, y'all too, stay safe out there.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, always.
See you in fleeting moments.
Absolutely, take care, no.
All righty, bye-bye. Yes, please.
I make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 742061D, legal counsel.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote, Commissioner Brady,
Here.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson, yes.
Okay, you're going.
Okay, wait, someone wanna make a motion to go out?
Make a motion to go out of executive session with no action taken.
Second.
Okay. All right, Bob, so, just real quick, we have some ideas and some things that we're gonna present to you, and we will email those to you. We want some time to think about it, but we do, I think it's the consensus of all three of us that we definitely wanna see your project keep rolling and succeed and 100%. So, we have some ideas that we're gonna, to do, and so we'll get those to you
Perfect.
to move forward.
That's good.
Anything else on that matter? Okay. We do need to talk EMS in public
Sure.
because it has been brought to us to de-annex, and I think it is the consensus that from all three of us that we do not want to de-annex unless you are covered. And so if you are telling us that you are covered year-round, then we would consider that. But I think we are all on the same page
Yeah, great.
that if you're not, so are you saying today that summertime, you're not covered year-round?
Yeah, so just
Or you won't ever be?
I think at past my effective lifetime involved in this project, it would be hard to see how we could get to that point. I try to explain to people how slow, even though it seems like we're going fast, and how slow the growth is, to get, even 20 homes built up there that are part-time occupied and stuff. It's just taking a long time to get under it. And so right now, our whole program was geared to ease and if not eliminate the ground transport burden during our operating season, which is, when you look at the number of transport cases, it's like, as a percentage, is over 95%. So we'll have an occasional in-season, off-season 911 call. It's normally somebody who drives up into the parking lot, wanders up onto the mountain. It's a GPS signal someplace on the mountain. That, you can't avoid that. But we're going to be staffed during our operating season, which is about 130 days in the winter, about 100 days in the summertime, and we're going to take care of 95% of the ground transport, which will ease the burden on any ambulance district that we're in terms of the burden. But there will be those occasional calls what we'll need, and we'll need that coverage. On the flip side, we're going to be entering ultimately into mutual aid agreements on the EMS side as well. And I think that...
Well, that leaves McCall as well, besides St. Luke's and Meadows Valley, of course.
We'll see both. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, but because we want to get walking before we run. But clearly we want to get to the point where if there's an accident down on, one of the problem areas is Goose Lake Road, right? And so off of Highway 55. And if there's an accident down there, it would be great if we were equipped and able to be first responder which is what, you heard from our fire chief, and assess the situation, and we had ground transport available, and we'd take that person in, and you didn't have to dispatch somebody from McCall or somebody from Meadow Valley, because they have to come, and then we have to go to St. Luke's. Part of that also is the reason that we're seeking and working with St. Luke's on a mutual aid agreement as well, because they have ALS. And so it would give us another point of ALS support at the mountain and through there. So the bottom line is that we see ourselves working in the mutual aid agreements with our EMS capability. We can, going to try to cover all the non-ALS ground transport during our season, but we need to be in a district so that we have full coverage, and that will be for a while. And I think that's a good plan.
You don't want to be de-annexed from the...
I don't, no. We need to be in a district, unless there's another plan to create another ambulance district that we can become a part of. This is the one that we're part of. We're paying in that district now. We're also paying per ground transport.
I was gonna ask you that, what was the 20,000 then for?
Well, that's about $850 per ground transport.
Okay.
Paying for the
20 plus ground
Yeah.
transport.
Should be.
Yeah, that's what that's
They
what.
get half back.
Yeah, they get half
Actually,
back, so, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're generous on that side.
Yes,
So
generous on that. So
I wonder why they're bringing it.
we're not, I don't.
you don't have to be.
Well, they are,
Exactly. That they agreed to.
they did, just to get, yes.
Just to get the agreement in place.
Yes.
Bob, your last guy here last week, was it last week?
Yeah,
Yeah, fire chief,
Yeah.
your fire chief Travis,
Yeah.
right? He said essentially that you guys were okay with being de-annexed. That's not.
I would say it was sure, though, he did say it was 90%.
I think Travis, Travis is our fire chief, not our EMS, right?
Yeah.
And I think, he was trying to, he didn't know what the situation was like in terms of going forward. But right now, we are not in a position to be not in a district. We need to be served year-round, and the only option for us right now is the Meadows Valley Ambulance District. So I'm very happy to be part and a participating collaborative member of the Meadows Valley Ambulance District.
Okay. That's
And
what
be
we,
very supportive of mutual aid agreements as we go forward.
well, I think that, when this meeting ended last week, we talked about that, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, and these guys are going out of here thinking we're gonna de-annex, and I'm like, there's no way. There is no way that's gonna happen, and certainly not the time frame that they're looking at, so.
Yeah.
Have you communicated this, Bob, with Meadows Valley
Yeah, yeah, they know. And
recently, or like since the last? They were all here, and they were all very pleased to hear that Brundage didn't have the objection to being de-annexed.
Yeah.
Which was what was, I mean,
That was conveyed to us.
I think I was the one that was like, are you really sure? Because is Bob okay with this?
yeah, we're very cautious about it.
So can I caveat that? I mean, if there was a service agreement in place for EMS, yeah, we would not need to be in a district like we had before. There's other agreements that can be put in place, but we need service year-round. That's the bottom line. So,
Well,
right?
those,
So just like we had before, we had a McCall Fire and EMS service agreement, and it covered Brundage, and we paid into the service agreement, and they provided us cover. And that was the.
Have you talked to them since Travis was here last week?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Can I ask, what about the contract that you have with Meadows Valley that contemplates that it'll be over in August and doesn't have any kind of provision for renewal?
Yeah, that's what the EMS is not over.
That's fire.
That's fire,
Well, but we-
in August.
But we've iterated with Doug that contract covers both EMS and fire. That contract addresses both.
Okay, so in theory, Meredith, what that contract covers is a reimbursement for call-outs on EMS, right? And it calls for service on fire. It doesn't address what ambulance district does, which is, you're in a district and you respond on EMS calls, right? That's set with the district. So what I would assume would happen, and have not talked to Meadows Valley about this, is we're hopeful that they see the progress in the fire, they see the progress in the ground transport, and they see that we'll continue on with the fire, we'll continue on with the EMS transport as it is, and make certain that Brundage continues to do the things that they said that they were going to do, which we're doing, and in that particular case, they're kept whole, And
Right.
that ultimately grows into a mutual aid agreement, it expands the capability, that would be the right track.
Can you make sure
Support of that, and I'll
that
communicate that.
yeah, can you make sure they understand? Because the last they heard is they're going to proceed with the de-annexation, and there's no objections from anybody. So why on earth would these three people ever stand in the way of that? That's kind of the position that they've been put in.
And Chris, if they came back with a service agreement that was an evergreen type of service agreement, I'd be happy with that too. Because I'm paying twice,
Yeah.
frankly.
So you think you'll end up 90% with your EMS through the winter months, especially when you're fully staffed?
Right.
You'll cover most all
And the
of it.
summer, it sounds like,
And
so we're
summer.
talking like 6 months.
Yeah. So basically, it's the off-season periods that were not covered, type of deal, and we just
Like
have
fall and
call-outs and
spring.
off-season periods. And that will grow. I mean, off-season call-outs will grow as our population and people stay on site.
Mhm.
And that's why you're going to have to, something's going to have to cover year-round access in terms of EMS and fire. And we always thought that at some point in time, Brundage would have that full capability up there, and such time that we had a relation or something to do. We just didn't know that we were going to have to do it January 1st of 2024.
Well, in addition to that, the road issue, the wrecks on the road, the people that are using that road are everybody. It's not just people that go skiing or snowmobiling, it's people that you take their UTV back there, you have access to the forest, and most people use frontage to get that access to the forest because that's the only road they know. They don't know the back roads. So we're basically saying, no, we're not gonna give you any coverage. We're gonna de-annex the whole thing. The whole thing never made any sense to me. So, but I get where they're coming from, and I appreciate what you're trying to do to mitigate the whole problem.
They see that this did take care of, their big concern and their problem, and it was a collaborative effort.
Well, you'll be picking up the same calls that McCall picked up, basically.
Yeah.
I want to point out that as we get residences up there too, it's not going to be an on-season, off-season. Obviously, those residences will be occupied typically during the ski season.
Right.
But we're moving from a seasonal use to somewhere where at any given time someone can be occupying it now.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yep.
And actually, we have, 60, 70, 80 employees up at Brundage at any point in time year-round. So, but we still, even today, it'll be years before we even have a population that matches our employee base up there during the off-season period. And yeah, we try to take care of our own and whatever, but there's trips and falls and accidents. And we had a bee sting. I don't know if you guys remember that last year. And our Jeff Clark, who's been working for us for like 35 years, got stung in the eye by a wasp or a hornet, and he made it about 5 steps and dropped.
Whoa.
And Jana was there, and we had an EpiPen, and so we were able to get an EpiPen injection and call EMS, and they came up and they got into the deal. But that type of thing can happen, right? And that's why we continue to need, and it was very collaboration. If we didn't have our own EMS patrol staff and equipment, it would have been a bad situation, and it was needed to have during that off season somebody from Meadow Valley or McCall, I don't know who's to respond to that situation. So there'll always be that need, and there'll always be an ALS need. So this whole situation needs a collaboration between McCall and Meadows Valley and St. Luke's and Brundage, and those stakeholders that are involved in this need to always be talking about what's the best solution, how do we best use these resources to do the job.
Yep.
That's where it needs to be. And we stepped up to the plate, and and we'll continue to do that. So.
Well, good. We appreciate that. That answers our questions, so we can move forward now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super.
Maybe eventually there'll be a transition, but it'll be a while.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Exactly. So, cool. All good?
Yeah, good luck.
You get ready to
Yeah, you let me know how it goes.
Thank you guys for all your time.
Yeah, we'll get right back to you, like I said.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. Yeah.
go over my budget? I got like 5 minutes.
That's, yeah.
If you want to do it, get a copy of it for me.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Max. Sherry?
Where'd I put it?
I got one right here. It's the,
You have ours.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's okay. I know what it says.
You
Okay.
can use mine.
All right. Okay. There are a couple things I think that are primary. It's very simple, but I thought I would just go over the things that are changing there. I put notes on the right-hand column for anything that has a suggested change. One is just a COLA increase for the officer. For the employee, listen, you have a really good legal assistant here. She's actually a trained paralegal. She's very good, and you want to keep her. I think you want to keep her pretty happy, and I think that she deserves it in terms of the amount of work that she does. When I first inherited this job, we were on the verge of hiring somebody else, at least part-time, on the administrative assistant side, and it's been her work along with some digitization that has been able to make that happen. It's just been fine, and I don't think that you're anywhere near having to need another administrative assistant now, thanks to that. So I've asked for a step increase for her, from step 5 to step 6, and then put her at the top open end of that. And I put it 10% because I felt like that was probably fairly fair. She's a 10-year paralegal at this point, a 10-year experienced paralegal. 10-year paralegals in the valley make, well over $100,000 a year. I'm not asking for anything like that. We live out here. She works great hours. She doesn't do any of that kind of nonsense. But I think she's well worth that, and a 3% COLA. So I'm just asking for that. I understand that money's money, But elsewhere in the budget, we're, as far as contracts go, I would remove the $60,000 for Nancy. I personally don't recommend renewing her contract going forward. It just has not produced the results that we had hoped, right? I guess I'll just leave it at that. I could get more in depth if you have any questions.
No, my only thought was for somebody, if we need somebody to write comments, can we just hire them on a
I think we can still do that.
basis?
Well, we have the 12,000, or how much did we used to use 9,000 with Ron,
Yes.
that we've always done for our resource.
But he left 24,000 in that line.
That's the continuing amount. So one thing, I have expenses, but I don't have income here, right? So the 24,000 is, if you remember, we bring in $1,500 a month per each city contract, right? And so we bring in $32,000 a year doing that. $1,000 comes back to the prosecutor who does the extra work, and then $24,000, we use that as our P&Z guy, basically. Now, we used to use it just for all civil. P&Z became so much of a headache.
Oh, the 24,000 P&Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what that goes to our P&Z attorney.
Okay.
Now, whether you want to continue that going forward, I don't know, but I do think that you want to budget for it going forward one way or the other. I cannot, you weren't here for this, but you guys were. The P&Z was an unmitigated disaster for so many years. And I think Drew has done a fantastic job of
Is he leaving?
Well, that's a question. I don't
Contract.
think he has to, honestly. I think that's up to you guys and the next prosecutor going forward. But I mean, at least in the moment, I don't recommend that you make a change because it is working and it has worked so well. I mean, it's been a 100% turnaround. Part of that's because Meredith, and part of that is because Drew has done a good job of being present and wrangling the people and actually learning Robert's Rule of Order. But you'll notice that since he came in, you have not overturned a single P&Z decision. And if before that, you were overturning P&Z decisions right and left and center. And they were very unhappy about it, actually. And they were very upset. But it was because their decisions were wrong or not based in good findings. And it's like now when they come in, they have all the findings are laid out. You don't have cause usually to overrule them when they are appealed, and so there are fewer appeals because they're doing a better job. And then when they come, you guys haven't overruled them, which I think is encouraging.
How much more time do you need this for?
5 months. Great, thanks. And Sorry. And then the only other change I made here was, the travel budget has, if you look at what's been spent over the year versus what it actually is costing, I mean, it just costs typically around $1,500 a year. That's what we're actually spending, and we just pulled out our other budgets. I thought I would just make it what it actually is and budget for the amount that we're actually going to spend. So that's $417 difference as well.
Okay. We're gonna go over these fine tooth comb and finalize things, I think, the 29th.
Thanks, Jerry.
Now, real quick, I see you only have a minute. If no prosecutor comes and fulfills your vacancy, what, do we have options to contract? Can we contract with Canyon County? I'm not saying that's where we want to go, I'm just throwing out another example. Can we contract with Valley County? Can we contract with,
That's an option that you can look at, and I still think that the best chance is to continue to recruit somebody, and we've met a few different people. It's hard when you're honest with people about exactly what the pros and cons of this job are, and there are cons in it for city lawyers, right? Because they are not used to living out in this awesome wilderness. It is awesome, right? But not all of them are built for it. So we lose a lot of people for that. But I got a couple, I wouldn't give up just yet. I do have, one guy's he's grown colder after I told him the honest goodness truth. But I don't want him to leave after 6 months and then you guys be just screwed. So, tell him the truth as much as I can.
There's challenges anywhere you go.
Yes. Yeah.
You either like a challenge or you want to play it safe, so.
But as far as what I promise you, I would not leave you hanging. I will not leave you hanging. We will, whatever you guys need in terms of, if you need it going forward, we'll make it happen. So we're not going to let you be Power County and just be stuck, just floating in the wind. They work for a year. It's a disaster. So we'll make sure you get taken care of one way or the other. And I don't know what that will look like. We have to discuss it going forward.
That is an option.
It is an option, so nobody panic. The wheels won't fall off the bus.
I would think it would work. I mean, Tricia knows everything, and she's in there contracting out. Someone could come up here and take care of it.
Yeah, and we can send someone up for different days. We could send up a misdemeanor magistrate attorney for most of the days, and then a felony attorney for the rest of the days, and then I could probably come up for 4 days at least once or twice a month, so that nothing's changing. I'm happy to do that if we can swing it. If that's what has to happen, I think the best situation for you guys is to have somebody come, and live here and be elected and be part of it.
My gut says we're not getting that one, at least for a little bit. But that's just...
It's hard, even if you offer more money, and the money isn't probably as good as it could be, right? But it's not terrible for somebody with 5 years of prosecutor experience, which that's what my aim point is. So don't give up though, because we got time. We got plenty of time to try to keep recruiting. And if you have anybody pointing my direction, I'll keep trying to help with that, facilitate it. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
I need a break. You can take 2 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Are you short and you want to go so you can go?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Hey, let's see. I killed a calf last night.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. I tried to find it. Yeah, I located the bear.
Did you?
But I couldn't, Usually they don't harass calves.
Oh, yeah, usually they don't.
I should have sent Tyler up there running, but
And he was working.
I need to call the fishing. Yeah, I think you worked in the night, didn't you?
Yeah.
You're not sounding too good.
Oh, I got this card.
No.
Next week too, or the 8th and the 15th?
Oh, and the 15th?
Uh-huh, both of them.
Okay.
And meeting the 22nd and 29th.
Okay.
Did you do that one? Yeah.
How's that GPS working?
Good. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, I found out we still got a lot of material to move.
No.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I did call, or talk to Ole. They don't want to sell their scales.
No,
Yeah, you probably already knew that, I
Yeah.
didn't ask you about it,
they were gonna move it,
but, yeah.
last I heard.
Said you needed to go with the traffic,
Gotcha.
so, yeah.
So he was asking me about power. And then he's
Oh,
talking about either power or solar. Like we would have to pit.
Are they developing that ground, or is somebody else?
Somebody else buying it.
but they still have the shop side?
Yeah. Yeah, I went up there this morning, I got cardboard. It's busy up there.
Yeah.
They're putting gravel in there where they usually park their trucks.
I saw all that, and all of a sudden, yeah, all of a sudden, Dana, or look at, holy crap, we're like a ton of ground, we just like moved in there instantly.
Somebody else put some there for chip sealing.
Oh, for the highway, because they're
Yeah.
doing the highway. Well, Dana wondered if it was some of the tailings off the road too, or whatever they call it, and,
No, it's all coming out of the pit.
oh, is that right? Wow. Man, there was a lot there that just showed up. It was
Yeah.
like, wow, when did that get there?
And then if you go to C&M, and got the highway shut down right there. At the three-way, or four-way, or whatever it is, where you gotta sit there and wait.
That's gonna be a bad week for traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially on the 4th,
Yeah.
week before.
We went out to dinner last night, and it was like, oh, yeah, nobody's, he goes, they're not doing, no, they don't work on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, Tyler said they went out there by the 45th parallel, and there's 2 bridges there, and they found that and paved it already. So now they're back towards town,
Oh,
trying to pave it.
well,
So I don't know, maybe it was a test trip.
Well, they did their test trip in McCall.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. On one of the county roads up there.
Huh. Yeah. Then they said that people were mad because of Goose Creek Bridge.
yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a fiasco.
Yeah.
It sucks working in that canyon.
That was
Yeah.
terrible.
I was there when you did all those retaining walls up through there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we were there doing the trees. They're falling all the trees off them rocks. You'd have to work for 15 minutes, then you'd sit for an hour and a half.
Yeah, wait for traffic.
Wait for traffic.
And they should have cleaned them back about 20
Yeah,
feet
that
off
was
the
just
road
a
at
work
least.
for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Instead, now they got them still hanging over the road. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
they should went a lot further.
What a freaking mess. Whoever, they need to get rid of that Lady Bird Johnson nonsense rule that nobody can do anything. You can't put a sign out, you can't, cut a tree down, because it's Lady Bird Johnson. Well, whoopee, get real.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Makes me think, like, one second, who elected Lady Bird Johnson?
And she sent me a quote. And that was for that, like, the base for the road.
Oh, I don't need that.
And I got to thinking, he'd be better off with, if we were gonna do it. Wouldn't we be better with one that we could remotely move the base?
Yeah, which is just a tripod, is all that is.
Yeah.
You just hook that same head up to. Oh, so you will need that. Then there's just the tripod too. Which is.
Well, that's what I was thinking, that it'd be, for pipes and things like that, it'd be better to have one.
Well, you can get that. He was telling me that can be, you can hook that, it goes on the internet
Yeah.
and do it that way if you've got service. So there would be places where we'd have to go set it up out in the field, but most time you'd say set up at the shop or whatever, and then if you go anywhere in town, as long as you have service.
Yeah.
What's the price on that?
52,000.
Oh, that's not.
Wasn't too bad, is it?
That's
But after you see the stuff, you're going,
yeah, when you see what it looks like, it's
I think
like.
most of it's up in the air.
It's the Russian satellite
Yeah.
stuff that you're running off of.
This company I work for, we sell a 3D laser imaging, which is basically the same thing, but you set it up in a room like this and every point in here, it'll let you reconstruct it. So you can, it takes a couple of minutes spinning around.
Yeah.
And then you can do a 3D image of this in court or whatever. But like you said, it's in a little suitcase like
Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
about 160 grand.
All plastic.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then you have to have the software agreement
Yeah.
every year, the licensing and,
Well, and then he said, he told us that the schooling on it, the talk like that would be free,
That's part of the
and
deal.
that was $2,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You'd need that
Yeah.
to,
But I thought that was supposed to be part of the,
yeah.
paying the whole thing.
That's what he said.
Yeah. And then the quote, put down $2,000.
Is this for the laser thing?
Yeah, for the GPS.
GPS, yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing what it does.
So you already have it and you're working it? Is that
Mhm.
better? Like,
Works pretty good on that.
Yeah, you just hit the button,
Huge time saver.
as long as you're in range, you know, hit the button and it starts digging or it'll pop up.
wow.
GPS is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Huge time saver.
So like I said, we found out we still gotta move a lot of material, which we've been getting after it, but there's still a lot to move. I think we found a lot of our sand.
Good.
Oh. Out of the pond.
Really?
Extra material that was placed there.
Well, and Fred had told me in his mind, we were not gonna have to purchase any. It could all be screened out there.
Yeah, we're finding a lot.
Nice.
It was like, almost 7,000
Yeah,
yards.
so 6,900 yards.
He thought it was 2,000 at first. I was like, I don't know about that.
So,
Fred's an optimist.
yeah,
He also thinks one guy can cover,
yeah,
compact, and take in license plates and check. No, seriously.
No, I know.
He's really believe that one guy can
Yes.
do, I mean,
You should do the job demonstration for it.
no, that's what I'm saying.
We'll use you for a couple months.
He's a good one, so in his mind, he thinks that all this can be done by.
yeah.
That's all right, he's an optimist.
But right now, the cat's down. Something with the travel solenoid. So hopefully he's out there now working on it. It worked fine Thursday, went out there Friday to crank her up and threw a whole bunch of codes at me.
I think it's just a cat thing.
Yeah,
Don't blame doing that in Meadows too.
so, but it's on them, so.
Yeah.
And other than that, everything's going pretty good.
I've got that recycling contract with Chris. And I did inquire to her at so if you read in that contract, it talks about the plastic, the pricing on all of that.
Yeah.
All of those change every month, what the pricing is. And so plastics, the month that she sent us, the last one, I don't remember what the number was, $20 maybe for the first one.
Oh, for the first one, yeah.
For the first one. This one, it's now at $0.
Zero.
She says plastics, their Las Vegas plant, it was kicked out of too much contamination in it, so they had to send it to a different place, which there's no money in it. So she says they're hoping in the future it'll get back to the other one, but at this point we don't know. So I don't know that plastics, I'm kind of torn, because it makes sense to put them together, even if we are just taking them out and getting, I hate to say it, burying them in a landfill. But I don't know how much that costs and time-wise.
It's out quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Your wire and then your
Right.
electricity bill and
Yep.
time
Just the time.
he's doing this.
Yeah. But every month it's going to be something different with that, or potentially something different. The other costs were, or the other prices were all the same on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you save a little bit of room in the landfill by
Oh,
scratching them all and bailing them, or? 'Cause plastic takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, I think it's better if we don't bail them,
Oh, really?
because they, of course, when they bail them and he runs over them, it smashes them,
Right,
Okay.
but they still cost of bailing them,
right,
Oh,
instead of me just hauling them out there.
exactly.
and driving the ones there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just need to be smashed. That's
So they just be smashed twice
Right.
instead of once.
it. Oh, well, everybody wants to recycle, even though it doesn't really pay most of it.
No,
Is that like there's too much food in them that people left in them? It's just-
No, it was the contamination is the mixing of the numbers of the recycles.
My husband's a little animal about recycling, so.
yeah.
I completely understand, because my wife's the same way. I bring it down every week. The biggest one, the milk jugs, they said, yes, could be money in those, but right now there's not, because they get mixed all together.
Yeah, it takes 21 beds,
Right,
so it takes forever, and you run out of room.
right,
And then, the other ones, people don't realize you can't take oil jugs.
right,
Sure, they have a number on them, but you can't take them.
Right.
Accept them. I went in there the other day, and there's 5 garbage sacks sitting in front of one of the bins. People just come in there and just put them there. Oh,
yeah.
everything.
Not recyclables.
There was recyclables, but they're all mixed.
That's good for you.
So we just throw them in the garbage bin and
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I just need to know what you want me to do with the plastic. You want me to haul them to the dump?
Okay, kind of up to you. Like I said, I can see pros and cons either way. If we bail them, it could be good, but it is time and money in doing all of those, so.
Well, if they get smashed at the dumps, don't bail them, take them,
Yeah.
save the money for now. I mean,
Well, the cardboard was 30 dumpers and now it's down to 20.
Okay.
And I just did get an email from the gal to get our W-9 to them, which I thought we already sent it to them. Pretty sure we did when they took it over.
You would have thought so. Yeah.
So. But we got 2 loads.
Yeah.
See what, and that brings.
Right. So I I'm fine either way. You guys want?
Whatever you think is the most efficient.
Yeah.
You want to take them out, if they, my thought was just smash them so they take up less room, but you smash them anyway, so
Yeah.
just do it that way. Instead of taking all that time to
Bail
bail them and was he still sorting them or did he stop doing that?
No, we weren't sorting them because it took so much to,
Right.
so we're just mixing them.
Well, if people really, really want to recycle, then they're gonna have to bust a gut and sort it out. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it doesn't cost us too much money.
My husband's the only person that does that.
I think it might be more and more.
There's a lot of people that do.
There are a handful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but all it takes is that one person that comes in and just
Yeah.
throws crap in there. And now our guys are spending hours trying to dig out that one oil container that ruins the
Which
whole
seems
thing.
odd to me because plastic is made out of oil, right? So I'm confused about that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put there right behind a mirror in the cardboard. I'm going, really?
Yeah, okay, so do whatever you need to do,
Yeah.
that's my thought. Joe's quiet, he's not saying a word, so we'll just,
No, I'm good with it.
Whichever way.
sounds good.
But yeah, give me a call if you need me to take care of that thing for you.
Yeah. No. I need to do it today. It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scare the poo out of the rest of your critters.
Bears
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, are they normally got something weird going on, I mean, have
Yeah.
they had, or?
Maybe. Or they just-
So he was attacking this calf and the neighbor guy, I won't say his name, he shot a couple rounds at it
Just spook it off.
and it left, it came back. Well, by the time I got there, I walked onto the calf, I was gonna go take the calf when he was alive, but he got back a hold of it and it was in the brush, a little spooky.
Yeah.
'Cause I could see what I thought was another cow in the brush, and so I started heading that way. Of course, I have
Yeah.
security, and so and I noticed I'm like, oh, that's not. And so it took off, and the calf was all, he killed it. And then I can hear those cows, and I'm listening to them, and they're getting after it, right? So I know what they're doing, so I follow where they are through some brush, and I come out the opening, and he was there. He's not leaving. What I'm saying is, he's
Yeah,
not
he's
scared.
stay there.
Yeah.
And he's good size.
He's got the taste of it now.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
Oh,
It's not a good deal.
Yeah, let me
you
know.
got your calf.
Oh, yeah.
That one that was in our yard was weird. They started making me kill it.
Dana saw a dead one, I'm talking about somewhere between here and Windsor, there was a dead one on the road. He said he came back, it was been a week or two ago though, he said he came back and it was still there, he's kind of surprised, but it's not there now, so.
So Kevin come onto this bear first. He heard all this ruckus, right? Kevin Roach? Okay.
Mm.
So he drives up the road. He sees this bear sitting panting. Just panting. And then the calf took off
So
towards the
it's chasing.
subdivision. Yeah, and then the bear retook off, got a hold of it. And then Kevin got there, and that neighbor got there, and that calf got wounded. And so Kevin went back and called me.
That's where it's up here?
Right at so from Kevin's house, if you take the first, that road to the right after his house, where that buck fence is?
Yeah.
Right there, like.
Yeah. Well, we got on one 2 weekends ago, and it just baby. We finally just had to, it was a pursuit season, we just had to call it down now. But I bet that's the same one. Because I'm right there just full of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, before that,
Super brown, not black at all, like this one's super brown.
yeah, bet that's the same one.
Looks like about a 500-pound cat.
Yeah,
It's
big.
like pretty good size, height-wise, but
Yeah.
And they move, they look like they move slow, but they move fast.
Oh, yeah, there's a motor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I had one fall on the back of my pickup over the side of it when we lived out here by Northford. And tore it up and, called Fish and Game, and they told me, take care of the problem however you see fit. I could not get him to tell me direction, we just kept saying that. I was like,
Well, whenever that's normal, you don't,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you need to do and take care of it.
When Bob lived in the cabin above our place there, we had a bear come around twice, just put trash everywhere, got in our trash and Bob's trash, and there were trash bags everywhere.
Every single day in California.
Did it really?
You bears there are so much worse than here.
Oh, they are. That's because they don't run them.
They don't do anything.
Yeah, they can't run dogs.
Hopefully I'll get out of here.
I'll call you after the meeting.
Also here now.
That's the only one you can scare of.
Yeah.
I don't have much.
I do.
Oh, no.
The approaches on the new pavement and this, do we do those?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I figured.
They paid it Thursday, we didn't work Friday, so, yeah, we're gonna stay.
How's where the culvert is? Is there a little swell in that, or is it okay?
I haven't driven since they're done, they got done
Okay.
after hours on Thursday, so. They're up there now, working on it though, or working on it up there, County.
I just got a call on the approaches. I said, I'm pretty sure we do the approaches. I don't know why we wouldn't,
Yeah.
but I'll find out today.
Yeah. We're doing it.
Okay.
Can't wait till that project's done.
Me too. Let me tell you, man.
We're not doing no.
We'll never do anything on this one again. Loosen that stretch. I'm just saying.
People.
My vote would be no. You two can do it. And I'll be paying phone calls to you.
Right.
Yeah, so it's paved, they're gonna start painting Council Cuba. Got the auction in the paper for the 17th, 6 o'clock.
I was amazed how much those patches smoothed out.
Me too.
Oh, did they?
Where those big patches were.
They're better, we still.
Oh, you feel them, but they're way smoother.
Yeah, it definitely smoothed them out a little bit.
Yeah.
They said that road was in good shape. The guys that did it, that's what I said too.
It is right now.
Yeah, for a while, but yeah, we'll see how it goes through a winter. That'll be the test. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, that crack filling machine, those cracks seem to hold up, so I'll be interested to see what those cracks do in the next couple of years with the chip.
That stuff bled right through the chips.
Oh, yeah.
You see every one of them.
I know, but they are smoother.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a,
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see
Yeah.
what you think, but you're happy with the chip seal?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know any different, so.
Because we'll see. Time will tell, really, with that stuff. There's also the bridge they're doing in Wild Horse. They're gonna write up some stuff. This is just a heads up, but possibly, depending on what Hickson comes up with, we might have to purchase a section of land there. Because they moved that bridge over, they might trade, I don't know what. They're gonna write up some stuff and I'll talk to her about that. Yeah. So, not sure what they said, we might have to buy a chunk of land or trade, because the bridge ain't gonna go in the same spot, because they have to leave it open, so they can't tear it out and build a new one. So, be a little short section of road that we own.
And you forget, and in 30 years, somebody reminds you that you own this road.
Yeah. Not us, Sherry. Not us.
Perfect.
I think that's it.
Okay. So work on our culvert
You know,
guy.
I need to get a hold of them again, I guess. They talked about, he was gonna work on it last week, putting the numbers together. So, get a hold of them here this week. And then they'll just do that on a Friday, probably. Then we'll be
Now
done.
let me know, because I'm probably gonna go up there and break a wine bottle over it. And
Ceremony.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you. You ready?
Did you get my text? You must have it. the dispatch agreement? I just said you brought over it.
Yep, I've got it right here. So Chris said he looked at it, doesn't see anything. It's not a contract, it's just a grant, doesn't see anything, so we can get it signed. So Casual can quit stressing. He'll make you happy.
Have to get it, I'm not gonna be here.
This isn't what we were talking about.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the
Brundage.
No, so the MOU with Brundage, so Brundage emailed me on Wednesday, and their legal was going through it again and found that it's for fire service, not fire and ambulance service, so they need to change, because they're getting their ambulance certified this week for transport. So they needed that added into that agreement, that it wasn't just fire, it's fire and EMS.
So their attorney
Yeah,
agreed.
so they're gonna redo it and add.
I'm gonna send Bob, if you guys are okay with that, I'm gonna send Bob an email stating that.
You should.
Just
Yeah.
so he knows, because he was here and he was like, no, we're
ready.
We signed it, you should be
It's
signing it.
waiting,
Yeah.
he says that.
Yeah, it's waiting.
Pending on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send an email to let him
You know
know.
what, the 27th is when, what's his name?
Hunter?
Hunter, is it Hunter? The fire chief?
Oh, no,
No, the
Travis.
attorney's Hunter, Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, I thought you meant the
27th, when Travis emailed me and said, hey, we need to change this, because it says,
Okay, I'll let know Travis found some changes that need to be made, and we're waiting for that.
yep.
Yeah.
And then he asked about changing the date, and I said, no, we want to stay with our fiscal, that's the way all our contracts run, is October through September, so. They weren't interested in changing that.
You wanna go earlier?
I think he wanted to make it renew at whatever point
Oh,
we started it, but that's just, we've done that in the past, and that just gets, then we forget, and they forget, and it's just a convoluted mess. We do them all to run with fiscal, it just makes it easier to keep track of.
So this is the E911 grant application.
Correct.
That's what you need, Kevin?
And that's been approved by Boyd?
Yes.
I will make a motion that we sign and approve the FY 2025 E911 grant application.
Second. What's it, how much is it for?
17 and some change, I think.
Because we budgeted 20.
Yeah, that was gonna be for reoccurring costs, but hey, it's gonna take over the reoccurring costs for the 911 fiber. And we'll do something
So
less.
the E9, I just put it in and it says E911 for fiscal
Oh, you like
25.
hearing that.
So that's the same thing.
This is regular budget, we like hearing there will be less.
But
The
now,
IPCFCC fiscal application for 20,000. Do we need to change that in any?
not necessarily, I mean, but that's all I'm asking for this year, so
Okay.
just in case.
The total amount is $17,450.94.
That's perfect. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page. And I'd like to get copies before you get it back.
Did we vote on that?
no. Did you make
I
that motion?
seconded it.
Oh,
You made a motion, I seconded it. Oh, you already did?
Yeah, all in favor? Sorry, Vicki.
No problem, you're focusing.
I was, I'm not on my game today.
Talking bears.
You're worried about your cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's my father-in-law's luckily, but got a bear
Okay.
attacking calves,
You
killing
need that
calves.
back,
killing-
sure.
I want to go get it really quick.
And he's not scared, and he's not.
That's not good. Once they start doing that, they're like a dog that gets after your chickens. Once they start, they don't quit.
No, 100%, yeah.
So the only other thing I had, the AC and A and B block is not working.
Did you ever get the other fix?
Yeah, so the other, well,
Can we say we don't care anymore now?
yes and no.
Kidding.
Yes and no.
Oh.
The other one's fixed, we're running on one side. But we're working, and they've got the parts ordered to make the whole thing work. The nice thing about that one is that's still under the warranty through September with Triple M. So we replaced the unit in C block last year out here. This is the other one that's going out, which they told us that. They said, well, they're all the same age, and they all
So this isn't anything that we've done already.
No, this is one that happened. So, what is it? Zone. It's the company out of New Meadows. Andrew's gonna get a hold of them and have them come down and take a look at it for us.
We had a company in that.
Yeah.
This is the new one you were talking about?
Yeah, husband and his wife, I've heard really, really good things about them. I've talked to a lot of people who've had stuff down there. Their specialty is the ductless stuff, but they're full HVAC,
Oh, cool.
AC certified. So we're gonna have them come down and take a look at it. Other than that, we got 18 stadium inmates, 20 county buses here today and tomorrow, so
18?
18 and 2 total.
Just thinking, what, you guys been busy?
Yeah, 18 and 2. Cops will be here today and tomorrow, so I know that number will go up. I spent a lot of time with the staff, the chief deputy and staff with Canyon, and they said, we'll send you everything you can handle. We're still way overfull, so they said anytime you need them. We got a good relationship there, and
Yeah.
we should be easily in that 21 number on average.
That'll be good.
But that's all I got. So, I don't know if you wanted to do that payroll change. Roger did it.
It's done. Yep.
All right, perfect. He's only gone through 1 week so far, but so far everybody's been really impressed with it, so. Fingers crossed, it's 18 months before he's really
Thanks, guys.
post and TO and able to work shift by himself. So, it started, so. Good. All right, you guys have anything else?
No.
I do, Ryan, here is something for you. I need this broke out. Travis Hackett.
James Hackett?
Oh, yeah, excuse me, I just wanted, that, excuse me, I need some dates of when his grade increases like I did with you.
Okay.
Is he in the jail or? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll let that, I'll get that.
Is he thinking about moving up to patrol someday?
He'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll get that for you. This is my copy.
Yeah, that's your copy.
All right, perfect, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
So this is that James, and we're waiting on this for the MOU. It'll be 2 weeks. We called Dave Allred, just so you know, the joke.
Oh, you did?
And,
I've got the doors here. The door for the.
Oh.
And let us know when you can.
So with all the hardware, door, window, handle, it's $1,500 for a solid wood door.
That's crazy.
I don't know how she's gonna stop.
I think that's
everything
double
here.
than what they were when we started the rec center.
Is it?
Solid wood.
Inflation.
Solid core. Or,
Yeah, solid core, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's solid wood. It's heavy.
yeah.
It's a big old heavy door, but they go out glass made and cut it out.
I think about these air conditioners when we go to replace them. Or, I mean, even these two over on this side that handle these, they're gonna go out these days.
They will?
too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said that service, do you need to come do that service, or is that off the docket anymore? Or
I thought we
call
owned
that
it.
or that?
So I know we had wanted that, but we're running into problems with
Right.
Triple M now because they were bought out and I think for our next meeting, we need to talk about our maintenance guy, make the position and how we might want to move things around. I don't know,
Do you want me to put it on the docket?
can you put it on the docket for our next meeting? Because you and I talked briefly, there's probably some better options for us, but I've got a way in my mind, I can't not reward someone for not doing a job by making their job easier.
No, I get it.
So,
Well,
and
it's
I,
gonna come up with a budget anyway, so.
but if we can,
It's the whole thing where you,
oh,
instead of fire somebody, you promote them.
exactly, yes, I know it.
I've heard that. It's
Yep,
out of my
yep.
realm of brain, probably, I just can't go there, but
I'll make a motion that we approve the payroll change form for James and McHugh to the 4 open at night.
second.
Yeah.
All there.
Or had a thought on my head, I just forgot. I don't remember now. It'll come back and
Sherry, you want to be the appointing official and sign that portion?
You
You know, I can sign it.
guys done with the rec center now, or not?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna add and do some rocking, but that's stuff we already have, and, I mean, there needs to be a project part of it done. I mean, but that's, there's a whole nother down the road. Putting the ceiling in or figuring that, I mean, that's a lot of money, and so we don't have, it's not even being brought up. We're just gonna deal with what it is. It's nice.
It is nice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Before I forget, we did get an email from Diane about the Legion Hall and the extension office, 2 different maintenance issues. I don't know if we need to talk about them.
I didn't.
No, we do, I'm glad you brought that up, because apparently the city or somebody did a meeting up there, not the city,
Where?
at the,
Yes,
and they picked the lock.
yes.
At the Legion Hall?
No,
At the extension
that's
office.
the office, they picked the lock. It's like waiting, Jennifer was on her way,
Yes.
and she's like, we need different locks.
Well, and
Better locks.
she did say that every previous maintenance guy has worked on those doors, either not securing or securing. But it sounds like we have an issue that we need to fix there, plus the Legion Hall, the oven, stove, arc out, it's not working. They had it rented, the new renter said, we're gonna use crock pots, not a big deal. But I know it's been 2 years ago, I was there for an event, and it wasn't working right then. I think
Is it still hot, or?
I think, no, if I remember right, it's like a 1930s vintage stove.
Oh.
So it's not wiring, it's the stove.
It's the stove that needs to go, and just put,
That rhymes.
we need something that's right in there. I tried to look through the budget this morning to see.
Well, if you shop, they're not that bad. There's like some of the places, I'm trying to remember where my daughter, there's a appliance place in Boise that likes to scratch and dent thing, and they got a new refrigerator from it. It's really nice.
Well, and the
So,
thing,
yeah.
I mean, I don't believe, it's gotta be a gas stove, or not a gas, an electric stove.
Yeah, it's probably
And
not.
we want a plain Jane, not a glass top, because those are harder to clean than others.
Yeah, they are.
But just a plain Jane stove,
They're not that much money.
they're not that much.
Where does that come out of? What budget?
Again, buildings and grounds.
How much money is it sitting in there?
Mm,
That's only under $1,000 for a
yeah.
typical cheap.
Legion Hall,
Inexpensive.
repairs and maintenance, extension.
Yeah, you should always find
is
some,
in
right?
the extension budget.
Everything's gone up, so it's all, what you
There.
should be able to find.
And the other thing is you always got, repairs and regular repairs and maintenance, which is right here. We can do both, but we do have a small line item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should get one. We rent it out, so.
Yeah.
Stuff working.
Yep.
You want by used stuff? Used stoves.
I don't know if we want used in there. I'd rather go new, but
Yeah. I'd rather get a new basic stove.
Might wanna
Nothing
talk
fancy.
to an electrician to look at it to see if the wiring
To make
is
sure.
acceptable to whatever you guys want in there.
well, whatever
I don't
that
bitch.
220 plug is, or whatever.
Like the old kind,
You
like
just get the
cast
plug
iron,
matched
giant
to the
cast
stove.
iron
It's
one.
pretty simple.
Put the fire in it, so it's super awesome. I want to get it refinished. The only place to get it recoated like porcelain is in Coeur d'Alene. Sitting in the back of my daughter's shop.
On the wood and gas ones.
Yeah. There's nothing better than cooking on. Mine's gas and electric, so my husband's electric and top is gas. Yeah.
Oh, I get maybe
Pretty sure it's diesel fuel.
Yeah, I got this big Wolf one, and I use the crap. I love that thing. When Joe Biden starts talking about taking away your gas cook, and I'm like, you just need to eliminate you, buddy.
Yeah, they range from $600 to $1,200.
Yeah.
At Home Depot, they're not that much money. I mean, these are stainless steel. I'm sure the black or white, they're a lot less. Well, so what do we need to do with that? Probably just have that's something we can do without even, because we're in charge of that, and it's under we don't have, we just go get one.
Go buy one and pick it up, and yeah. It was my daughter where they got theirs. She had a place, scratch and dip place. They've been buying all their appliances from there, and I'm like, thank you, that's awesome.
Oh. Daydreaming. I'll make a motion that we approve the claims, demands, and payroll amount of $307,262.73.
Second.
All in favor? Sure, is there a reason there's two pages? One's
for me. I use one for.
You want both signed?
Nope, just blank ones for me. I forgot to pull that out of there, I apologize. I just put mine, now someone in. So, all these maintenance things are we going to address in your time in the future, right?
If we could, and I met with him last week and made it really clear that anytime someone puts in a maintenance request, he comes over, meets with them, and then once he gets to whatever the resolution, either it's fixed, we have parts, whatever it be, they get emailed back, and I get copied on that. So when,
We know.
yes, everybody knows. Sherry asked me last week about light being fixed. I asked him, and oh yeah, that's all taken care of. I said, well, we don't know that if you don't tell us. So anyway, hopefully it's taken care of.
Before guy came in to fix mine, and I was in meetings 2 times, and so he had to come back the next day and got it done, and told me that he doesn't have, you guys have an avenue for a plumber, because he needs Jeff Fields never came back to fix the janitor slow water thing that's going on in there, and he doesn't have anybody to contact. So I don't know a plumber.
I do. He's there. He comes up here all the time.
He told me he called Signature Plumbing that's here,
Is that, yeah.
and
You guys
he asked him,
return a call.
well, he told me, he talked to him and said, well, can you be here at 3? And he says, the guy didn't answer me, so I just went on to someone else. And I don't know, I happened to be at a dinner last night with the plumber. I didn't talk to him about it because I didn't really want to talk business there, but I'm happy to. It's nice if we can keep business right here in town, as long as that business does what they need to do. But I'm happy to give them a call.
Joe, if you got one, send it to Darren.
I am right now.
You can take care of it. I was going to call him. So we remember we gotta go on the DOE when you start talking stuff. Hey, hi. Hi.
Hey, can you take, I figured I would be able to use this phone a lot more efficiently if I had contacts from my phone, my first phone for IBA. Is that possible?
We'll find out. I don't know if it's possible, so. See if that's what we need.
Okay. Is there a way to download apps on it too?
7-page.
Yes.
This is what we
Yeah,
need
just
to
a password.
Okay, you want to do that? She just thought she chose what
Is that
checklist
what you're,
was.
what's happening now? Is that-
No, I just want to be able to download a couple of apps on it. Like,
This is the work one.
this is mine, that's the work, these ones are work one, yeah.
Okay.
So I need the contacts from my phone, put on it.
Do I share password or pen or anything for this one?
Oh, yeah, you can. Work is coming on the 20th, on 19th. Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
So Vicki Forsyth is coming on the 29th.
29th, okay.
And John has not returned my call. I don't know about that.
Hey Sherry,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand this to you.
What is it?
That's the press release we gotta get to the paper, and I'll send you a picture.
Do you have this electronically? No?
I do not.
Okay, I'll just scan it and PDF it to Nate. Is that what you want me to do? Or you want me to give it to you?
I'll give it to the irrigating.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll send a picture with it
Okay, I'll wait for the
Today.
picture. Okay.
when she gets off work. If you guys are okay with it, I'm just gonna do that in front of the building.
Yeah.
Just take a picture of my birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're not having any kids left at home, are you?
1. 3 years. Can't wait till they're all gone.
My little one turned 30 on Saturday. That was rough.
I just need them to bring their grandbabies, their babies back.
My daughter-in-law that's pregnant, she's due the 6th, but the last week, she's been laying around the house. She says, I'm waiting till July to have a baby. So I'm just expecting that call any time now. Luckily, they're just down the valley, so
Yeah.
this is, it's not gonna come that quick. When you get the call, you guys can come down. But that'll be the first granddaughter, which she's already spoiled.
Oh, hasn't even gotten here.
She hasn't gotten here yet, but everything I think she's going to ask me for, I've already got, so.
My folks were like that. I lived in Idaho for 8 years, and they were, oh, yeah. And then they heard that Charlotte was coming. Oh, we're moving!
Yeah.
Because we want to spend our remaining days with our grandchildren. Not your life.
It is, grandchildren are a little different.
They're a little different.
You know, your kids stop listening to you,
That's right.
so you know.
Yeah, when they turned 15, I was done with them, man. Christmas was no fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just want like electronics and sit around. I like the little kids getting up at 5 in the morning.
I don't know. You've got some pretty great kids. At least you've got your buddy Clark.
Yes. Yeah, I got Clark and I got Marcus's Brooks.
Brooks, yeah.
Yes.
Jeez.
And then and Stephanie and Not Basie, but,
Not Basie.
oh my word, I just lost his name. I just was holding yesterday.
He's got buddies all over.
Anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, Brooks and Clark were on T-ball together. That's a good time when
Oh.
5-year-olds play T-ball.
Yes, that is a good time.
Yeah. Little kids baseball period, so my granddaughter wanted to play baseball, and so she ends up, instead of first time she's ever played, but we took her out, played, I bought her a bat, and took her out last and played last year, just us. And she loved it, she just loved it, like, she's like a natural, she's hitting it like crazy, and her older sister's not in there, and so she gets on baseball this year, and my daughter signs her up for baseball, boys fast pitch, not girls softball.
Okay.
So, none of them can hit the ball because the pitchers are all so bad.
Yeah.
So they constantly trade out pitchers, and they're all somewhere between, I think, 11 is the top age, she's 9, so I don't know where it starts. I think she's like 11 or something like that. So anyway, yeah, so she plays baseball. She can't hit the dang thing, but she's figured out how to catch and throw, and she throws pretty good for a girl, you know, you have to overhand.
Yes.
So she saw some kid stealing a base, and so she just turned into a base stealing fool. I mean, she just, everywhere she goes, she's trying to steal bases. So now, I mean, that's entertaining, watching them steal bases. It's like, really? I mean, yeah. So, yeah, they can't hit because they can't connect with the ball because the pitches are so bad. But I don't know, they figured out a way to play ball. Yeah, this is fun.
It's in coach pitch right now. It's quite a change from T-ball to coach pitch. Boy, we worked so hard this season to get her to where she's watching out of the ball. She's got glasses too, so that makes it even harder.
Sure.
You know, I'm like, oh, how can you see through those things are so smudgy?
Yeah.
They had her playing catcher one time. She comes off the field and glasses look like this.
Awesome.
How? Yeah, they have fun. They have a lot of fun. Good for everyone involved. All right, well, if you have any questions on that, let me know. But that's what's causing.
Oh, really?
It's just a checklist of this is what documents we need, and this is how we want them labeled. She spread up the put that you don't think that I mentioned, which was that for phase 1, there were a lot of resubmittals. Here's our document. But oh, by the way, here's a new letter. And the new letter that we're giving you actually predates, but the date was before what you submitted in the presentation. That kind of just makes sure that everything is
We're just waiting.
in order.
No, you're just adding in here, so.
Hayes.
A's?
Hayes.
Hayes.
Boy.
Oh, Hayes is Basie's little brother.
Yes.
Basie was on T-ball too, so yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a question when I was looking through the budgets when Diane was in here. She left 10,000 in capital outlay. Is that, and I don't have any notes on that. Is that a purposeful?
No, we put that in because it's very similar to what happened with Fair Board. We put in extra money, then they kept rolling it to the next year, but it was only supposed to be to fix the building.
Because didn't we have flooring or something that they fixed?
Yep, and we could put AC units in there.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't hear something wrong in there.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Mr. George.
Hey, how are you?
Did you miss me?
So we have to trying to get you, right?
Been in here a lot these days.
Have you?
Okay, we want to make a motion to go into Board of Equalization.
I make a motion to go into Board of Equalization.
Second.
Okay, motion and second, we're in Board of Equalization. We will turn the time over to the assessor, or,
Yeah, we gotta put names for the audio record and everything.
So we'll wait.
yeah, he does, but do we want to look at that while he's present? Or do you have stuff for us, Mr. Weaver?
What's that?
Do you have anything for us?
For you, the handout? No, it
Okay.
was all in my request for the.
Okay. Well, we'll just go around the room
Right in there.
and we'll state your name for the record.
Camille Collins, record reporter.
Stephen Weaver, Governor.
Susie Swift, County Stone Special. Caitlin Collins, County Astral Specialist.
Chris Boyd, prosecutor.
Can I just say GIS?
Yeah. And probably ag appraiser.
Yeah.
Indeed, also.
Indeed processor.
Thank you.
What other hat?
Okay, Mr. Weaver, you can present to us from there, or you can sit up here.
All right.
So we can hear you. Thank you.
All righty.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, Joe. First off, this is not about $111 in taxes. Okay, I want everybody clear on that. Secondarily, this application wouldn't have been possible if this parcel was part of my homeowner's exemption as it should be, as I have been requesting and as I've been trying to prove. It's that simple. So, therefore, this is enabled by the denial of my homeowner's exemption for .93 acres. Okay, under homeowner's exemption. That's what I've been consistently requesting as my right. And, you know, without that, then this is an option. And as an option, I was turned down here, and I'd like a legal citation as to why, as to how income is changed in its meaning from the federal and the state to be something else. To me, that's fraudulent. And I'd like a citation or a court case enabling that to happen. It's the same thing I was sitting in here last year showing. Show me the law. I'm pretty reasonable. You have to have a law. I would point out that regulations just got a big blow on Friday with the Raimondo case. Are you all familiar with the Raimondo case? All right. That's essentially what's going on here. The Chevron defense no longer holds. We are looking at a situation where the law has to state what an agency can do. Now, that's federal, I agree with that, but I'm requesting a copy of the law, why all of a sudden you can change, you can ask for apples in a federal income tax and then change it to oranges. Where's your legal authority for that? I see a dictionary reference. 2 years ago, when I came in here with a dictionary reference to a homestead, it was shoved off to the side. Now it's cited as me as a legal basis.
You want to state your case, because we don't...
Well, the case is very simple. Show me the law. You're denying me without a legal basis to do so. I have demonstrated that this is, in fact, this is just building my case for the homestead exemption. because I'm using that parcel, as I had stated from the very beginning here, as agriculture. That's the whole reason I acquired that parcel. It's all enclosed in a .93 acre enclosure, game-proof fence, so that I can use it agriculturally. And now I've showed here on paper that I indeed meet the requirements for an agricultural homestead based on my income. And also, why was I falsely requested to have data under, it was something about greenhouses. I'm applying under section 63- so I'll put my glasses on and not be so vain here. I would like to know why I was requested under section 22-2302 Idaho Code when I was not applying under that. Why was I requested additional information under that? How did that weigh into the decision? This whole thing is pretty murky to me. I made a very straightforward request for an agricultural exemption, then I get shoved off onto a greenhouse, and then I get denied with no legal basis. I've demonstrated, according to income, I qualify for a agricultural exemption on this parcel. Show me where I'm wrong.
Okay, is that what you have for, we'll let the assessor's office
Yeah, it's all right
respond to
here.
that?
It's pretty well spread out. There's errors here, and that's what I'm coming back for. It's an incorrect submission deadline on the assessor's site, March 15th rather than April 15th, according to the law. Incorrect request for additional data, IAC 2-2302 rather than 63-604. Failure to explain why it was requested information under another law entirely, additional information, and I'm saying improper use of federal data in violation of Federal Codes 18 U.S.C.
Okay, we're gonna, if you're done, we'll
I'm
let the
done.
assessor's
I'm
office.
done. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
No, you're good. So we'll let the assessor's office go. If you just let them, respond without interruption, and then we'll discuss after that.
Okay, so I'm mostly gonna read the summary, and I think that will fill you guys in as well as respond to one of the key concerns. So if you look at your exhibits, we are referring to parcel number ending in 23CA, which is under exhibit 3, page 2. That's under exhibit 4, I'm sorry, under exhibit 4. We're referring to this little blue parcel that's up at the top. He acquired title in 2016. It's located within Ross Park Addition. The acreage is .34 acres, and it consists of the north 98 feet of lot 23 and part of vacated alley, as well as part of vacated 5th Street. The current assessed value is at $27,996, and there's been no change since 2022 in that value. Mr. and Mrs. Weaver are requesting that they receive an agricultural value on this parcel based on growing a garden. On March 3rd, we received an application, which can be found in the exhibits, for an exemption on 5 acres or less. On March 7th, I responded with a letter stating that we could not accept their application without supporting documentation showing that they had either made $1,000 in profit from their garden or proof of producing 15% of the annual gross household income for personal consumption. And this can be found in the statute that the agricultural value is based on. That's kind of something we wanted to clarify as well. This is not considered an exemption any longer by the state. This is considered an agricultural value. So that's one thing to, and that's why our office has the discretion of approving or denying these instead of it coming to the commissioners any longer. So in the letter, Idaho Code 22-2302 was mistakenly referenced instead of 63-604.
The application lists 63-604 Idaho Code as the section this reduction in value for agricultural purposes falls under. In the body of the application, we list section 22-2302 as well as IDAPA 350103, which both further define the rules of this decreased value that Mr. Weaver is seeking. IDAPA 350103 is quoted and cited in the letter that Mr. Weaver received. Mr. Weaver is correct that he's not applying for this decreased value based on nursery stock. He acknowledges in both his response and his appeal that he applied for the decreased value based on 63-604, which is listed on his application. He was not denied this value based on section 22-2302. He was denied due to his garden not producing 15% of his annual gross income for the past 3 growing seasons, which would include Social Security benefits. Mr. Weaver is stating that the definition of gross income provided by our office by Adams County Prosecuting Attorney Christopher Boyd is not sufficient to base our denial on. He believes that we should be basing our definition of ISS 63-3011, which states gross income. The term gross income means gross income as defined in section 61A of the Internal Revenue Code. Section 61A of that code, gross income defined general definition, except as otherwise provided in the subtitle, gross income means all income from whatever source derived. Based on both definitions that Mr. Weaver is providing, or both codes, our office would still be including his Social Security benefits as income, and therefore we would still be denying that ag value that he's applied for, even based on 15%. So I included his application. I included his application, and then in the, let's see, in Exhibit 7, which is Mr. Weaver's response and his supporting documentation that he sent in, he gave a very awesome, detailed description of what he grew and the totals of each year of what the values of those products were at the time. And then you can see his 2023 taxes as well as his 22 and 21, all 3 of which do list Social Security benefits on there. And so 15% of the values, total values including Social Security, would not be 50% of his total values would not be $335.98, $494.22, and $553.45.
So you're saying that the 15% number comes off of 15% of his
total income. Total.
So it needs to be 15% or $1,000.
Or $1,000 of profit, yeah. For the 5 acres or less. That's kind of one of the distinctions there, and that's just one of the main differences between 5 acres or less, and then the other caveat is it has to be reapplied for annually with less than 5 acres.
Yep.
So we can continue to make sure that anything under 5 is kind of assumed that it's more for just residential purposes.
Yep.
And even within a subdivision. I will also note that even if a person had a homeowner's exemption, they could apply for that ag exemption as well. But and to address the April 15th deadline, that's also an arbitrary deadline at this point because it no longer has to come in front of the county commissioners, but we couldn't find anywhere on our website that we had the incorrect date.
I can show you, I burned a copy on how much like that. Right there, 12/30, sorry, yeah, I gotta keep doing this. January 29th, 24, here's your Adams County, Idaho, and there's the dates on it. Bring it right on. The law specifically states 15th April. I complied with your request.
It was better that we received it prior, because otherwise we wouldn't have even been
Obviously,
here.
I would.
But that's not even, I don't think that really has anything to do with
The
the discussion that's at the end, so.
Yeah, please direct your comments to the board and not to the assessor. That's kind of how this works.
Okay.
Okay, so besides the mistake of the dates,
And a mistake on the IAC 22-203, that's two. I'm keeping track. I'm getting quite a collection.
is there, but this is state law. So I guess my question is, where are we wrong in the state law? Because the $1,000 or the 15% of your.
I've already demonstrated, it's more than 15% under the law, federal law, state law. Both of them, when you turn your state taxes in, and the state, and both to the federal, both of those entities state that, without a doubt, Social Security is not income. It's put in there for other calculated reasons, but it is not income according to the state and the federal government. Now, you're requesting federal data on income, and then you're saying, no, we don't go by that definition. It's federal money, and it's federal data being requested here. So then you're going to change it. You know, how is that not fraudulent? And what law
You're not correct. So first of all, there's various different definitions on the federal side of things that they use the word income, and they require you to include Social Security as income. That's replete throughout the federal code. So your position essentially is, if I understand it, that income cannot include Social Security income for the purposes of 63604.
Correct.
Because it isn't included anywhere in federal IRS tax code under that definition. That's what you've said, right? So that's not, technically speaking, always true. The Social Security income is oftentimes included in different calculations throughout the federal code. And so when we look at a statutory interpretation of the words annual gross income in Title 63 of Idaho Code, we have to look to what are the definitions. So we go to the beginning of the title and we look and we see, is that defined? If it's not defined, where do I look up elsewhere for that definition? And when we look elsewhere throughout the code, Idaho Code, it includes within that, as the assessor kind of already talked about, it includes within that Social Security income. So that, not that that's directly relevant, because when it really comes back to is what is income under its plain meaning, and that's our first statutory construction hurdle. So, and that's not, I'm not making that up. This is not just what you're taught in law school, although you are taught that in law school. It comes from the United States Supreme Court, where it says the first thing that you do is look to the plain meaning of the statute. So we're looking for the plain meaning of what income is, and that's why we go to the dictionary, because we're looking at, hey, what does it just plainly mean? And if it's for some reason ambiguous, then we'll move on and we'll go to what the intent of the statute is. And so we don't find that on its face ambiguous. It appears to be to include all income. You look at 63 604 and what it appears to be intended at, if we just presume that it's ambiguous, I don't know that it is, but even if we do, then its intent clearly seems to imply that, hey, for the person that's sitting here before the commission today, is this more than 15% of what they make, right? That seems to be the intent of the statute. So we're not looking at excluding Social Security even under that kind of analysis. So it's not like it's this rock solid, boy, we have a case, because in Idaho, there's not a case on there. In fact, it's very rare that we have a case directly on point that says, boy, this is precisely the answer. So what we're doing is we're providing the rules, we're applying the rules of statutory construction as best we know how, and then we expect that creates a good enough record that then if this is appealed up to the district court, then we expect the district court would uphold that. And you mentioned Chevron. Chevron, I want to just point out, Chevron has nothing to do with this at all. And hold on a second. Let me explain why that's the case. Chevron, and we're glad to see it overruled because all of us here are conservatives, okay?
Sure, I'm not so sure, but go ahead.
Well, you don't know very well, or any of us, apparently. So, Chevron required courts to give deference to federal interpretations that allowed them to, not just interpretations of law, because they weren't required to give deference to interpretations of law. They were required to give deference in their makings of regulations or their applications of regulations, of federal regulations. That's not all what we're doing here. What this really is we are applying, as best we can, a statutory interpretation. We're trying to interpret the statutes. And in doing so, that would always be reviewed by the courts because it's law. So the court would never have provided ever to the county board in this circumstance any kind of deference. That was never going to happen. Wasn't before, and it isn't now. Idaho law has always required Idaho courts to look at Idaho law, and they'll de novo interpret whether or not we're correct about this, which is why we're very careful about, okay, this is a step. We're using the steps of statutory interpretation as best we know how. We do a plain meaning. We went to the dictionary for that. We compared then looking for intent. We look at and all we can do is look at the statutory language itself, and it appears to comport with the intent of the language of the statute, and that's all we can do. Now, whether or not we're right, we'd have to wait and see with the district court. But factually speaking, if you have factual issues for the board, I think that's one thing. But as far as the statutory interpretation, this is the best we can do. We're doing our best work here.
So you're confident in that?
Yes.
Then you won't find me instead, and you would not mind me running it past the federals.
I don't mind you running it past anyone.
All right.
That's
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Fair enough.
But I don't make this decision. I'm explaining the reasoning behind our statutory interpretation.
No, I appreciate it. It's very concise. Thank you.
Do we have any discussion, questions?
Don't think so.
I wasn't aware of it. I was aware of it, but I always thought it was ridiculous that we're being taxed on Social Security at all. But we have to report it. So we know we are, and we're not even supposed to be using our Social Security number as ID either.
Exactly. Now, that's a good point, Vicki. That's a very good point.
But everybody has to have it.
That's fair enough. But to request apples and then turn it into oranges, I think we have a problem there. I really do. If the definition of income is all over the show, am I not making income off of this property by saving money on groceries? Is that not a form of income? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm saving, I've documented what I'm saving. Is that not another form of income? Why is that not counted?
Well, we can get real creative. So it sounds to me like your problem is with the state and the federal government, not the county.
No, my problem is with the county.
The
problem is the county and the homeowner's exemption. That's what this is all going back to, and this is what it's going to keep going back to.
But that's not what's in front of us today. It's the exemption. So All right, do we have any other discussion or
No.
with a motion on one of those two? For the assessor value?
So I'm not as well versed on this as I probably should be, but I'll make a motion that we stick with the assessor's value affirmed, no change.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So, Ms. Weaver, you do have the right to appeal?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it on.
Yep.
And so,
Oh, like I said last year, Joe, I'll be back.
yeah,
You know, I asked you last year, you said you'd look into it and get back to me, all right? I took your card at that point in time to mark the moment. Did you get back to me on it?
I thought we discussed with,
No, I'm talking about last year.
yeah, last year.
Yeah, you never got back to me.
We talked about it, but I don't remember what we did.
I wasn't there, I don't remember that conversation.
Well, I did talk to prosecutor about what you brought forth and
You can understand why I'm questioning veracity in this
100%.
environment here. You can understand why I questioned it. She's lied to me. You know,
Well, easy.
No, she admitted to it. She had no policy. That's a lie. Put it in
Did she
the
lie to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess she did that.
And she tried to fraudulently create a lot that can't be a lot because it's got 2 title deeds and 2 set of water rights, and she sent that out, and I had to complain about that. So no, I'm not real happy.
Did you go to the state last year?
No, I did not.
Well, that's what you need to
That's what
do.
you need to do. That's what you need to do.
Oh, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
You need to go to
But
the
you need to go to
state.
the state.
Dave, if there's another way, they'll overrule us, so.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. I just as soon get this thing settled out. It's been the same thing for 3 years.
Right.
It's not $111. I blow that at the grocery
So,
store.
Mr. Weaver, I do want you to know this, and you need to understand, so we do all that we can by the law, okay? So when Stacy does something, and she brings it to us, and unless she's wrong,
Yeah.
and he says that this is wrong, and if it goes to that level of having to bring it to
Yeah.
Prosecutor Boyd, we fix it. Otherwise, if everything's signed off and everybody's good, you have to go on with it. We cannot do any more for you. We can't just make it up.
No, I'm not asking you to make anything up. I'm asking you to cite the law, give me the law. You never came back to me with a legal basis last year for denying me that. Never. I've never got a legal basis. No lawful
Well, this
citation.
is this year.
This is color of law, and that does apply here. If you don't believe
Well, if I
it.
remember, and he probably, because he sees so many things, I did talk to Prosecutor Boyd, and we did nothing illegal,
No, you did nothing illegal
and so,
per se, except you didn't cite the law. And then if you enforce the law without having a basis for a law, and especially if it costs me money.
I think we did cite the law. It was in the documentation.
Okay, that's not before the board. Take this up next time, and there is a different basis, and there's something, because we're talking about things that happened last year, or this.
Yeah, but
No, I realize this is already business.
I can't even
No,
reasonably discuss that today.
But what Joe's trying to tell you is the state has discretion, we do not.
Understood.
So take it to the state.
Okay. Will do.
No, you should.
You should.
Mr. Weaver?
Yeah.
Here is your, Board of Appeals form, as well as any information that, and you can fill that out, return it to me, and then I send it on to the BCA people.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And sincerely, thank you for your service. I have nothing against anyone.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate you
And I
kind of,
appreciate the way you run this county, so thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Weaver.
I need one, do you want, I gotta have one for the record.
Okay, Amy, for anything else?
So I didn't agree on this, but we did talk about it.
I remember.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
That's one thing among so many, I don't even, Sorry, I don't remember that, like a conversation from a year ago. I'm not saying it didn't happen, I just don't know. I don't remember. So if we want to talk about it, I'd love to talk about it. I just need to be educated about what's I'm talking about. So this is a different.
I can't remember.
That was a decision about, and I do remember there being a decision about a homeowner's exemption within. I don't remember any of the details.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit different last year, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing, yeah, but,
I thought he was using a combined type, argument last year. I didn't remember that the garden came into it at all.
he did not, didn't he?
Yeah, this is the first year I've heard garden
So
story.
this was about the homeowner's exemption, that has been his issue.
Yeah.
And I don't recall ever one, but. I prefer, I don't know, it was about the
He just got
homeowner's
a
exemption
different
because it's in
definition.
two separate, it was in
Yeah, one of them.
subdivision, and they're two separate lots, and it was about that one being unbuildable. And I think I did grant it one year because I didn't know that it was, and then that it was buildable, and so then they took it off, and then now it's been an issue. But he went to BTA on that, and they upheld our.
Oh, so he did go to the state at least once.
He did, on that homeowner's exemption, he did. So, and it's about, yeah, so I don't know, but last year, was it again?
It was the same thing last year.
And I remember there was, I think Meredith Meredith was part of that as well, and I know that there was a discussion. But, and with Mr. Boyd and a letter.
There was.
Yeah,
Yes.
a letter, but I don't,
Well, I don't think we sent the letter to sidewalks, I don't think.
what's that?
No, we didn't. It was not a letter sent. It was going to be,
Oh, maybe that
but we did not send it.
Right, okay, but I know there was one drawn up or something. I can't.
We had talked about it, but there was no,
Letter. I'm sorry. I can't, I just can't. I do have, before you read the OE, so we need to equalize, and I also have one other, so we had a homeowners come in late, well, not late, but we can no longer make changes to value after the 24th. So this, application for homeowners exemption come in on June 26th. So I would like to have approval to apply the homeowners exemption to this parcel. I can get you that, to parcel to RP 001-000001-0050.
I missed that. Yeah.
RP
Just his last four.
to 0050, Stapleton. So may have a motion and an approval on it to approve the homeowners exemption.
I'm still in looking.
I'll make a motion that we approve the homeowner's exemption on
What was the last four?
0050,
0050
Stapleton.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Thank you. And then, so from this point forward, if we, since we're equalization, then it will be a cancellation of taxes, but we'll do like we did last year, bring it, before tax bill time, and then one more time at the end of the year.
Okay.
So,
Okay, equalize now?
yes, now we're ready to equalize.
Okay.
Okay, so, the main roll,
You doing net market?
net market,
Okay, come on.
1,303,821,296. So 1,303,821,296. That's net.
Okay.
And then for occupancies, main row occupancies, net 13,508,867. That's on the main row, if you can read my writing, and that's on the occupancy meter.
Yeah. So it ends up being like 1.316, that's 1317.
Where are you at?
I'm just adding those
Oh,
together.
okay.
Just that numbers you added.
Yeah, okay.
So we can just motion as stated, numbers stated.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
We're equalized.
And that is about a 6% increase over last year net, so I don't know.
Didn't we hit the billion mark last year with our
We did.
We're like,
Yeah. I know, that is crazy, isn't it?
I was trying to think back. I think we jumped almost double from what we were when I first started. In 7 years or something like that. I thought we were at like 500.
Yeah, I think it was last year we beat them.
And then we went to down.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised this year by what it did. I mean, I thought, 5%, that's quite a bit in all reality, I thought.
How much was it?
So the market, well, so we increased countywide about 5-6%. I think it's 5 point something. So I just find out when values pretty much were stagnant, really. I mean, the meadows got land. It's still on land, I see, and then Burnage added quite a bit.
No.
So, and I did hear from Burnage a little bit. I adjusted there, so. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's the whole email address, can't get the email address, good thing. Just go. You said well, but I think I remember.
That should be 1.43 total, 890. 99.
Got any passwords? Yeah, you get password.
0.42. Okay. We need to go out of DOE.
I'll make a motion that we go out of Board of Equalization.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Okay.
Are we done?
Do you want to go through your budget?
I don't know. Do you guys want to?
I've been looking through these. I don't see you.
Should I do the password or
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I think all of these that you have in our packet, you have any comments to me. There's stuff on there. Granted, are we going to have stuff to go through? I'm sure, but there's at least comments for the changes that they were making. So, do you guys see a need to go through them each? Today.
Change password.
You'll see them all on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Later on. So, the only big one I don't have for you is, in the court's budget, we're gonna have to buy new computers on that. And
Don't look at me.
That's right. That's gotta be out of your budget.
I think we figured about $8,000. I feel like I have in my head by the time we got done with everything. But don't quote me on that, you'll see that too.
Yep.
Okay, so what's in the meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Like your chicken bags.